Kristen Oakes White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. Well, another summer convention has come and gone at Louisiana Farm Bureau, and this year, like last year, was a little unconventional. This week, TWILA's Avery Davidson tells us about all the honors awarded recently at the Louisiana Farm Bureau's 99th Annual Convention.
Welcome to the 2021 Louisiana Farm Bureau Awards Program, one of the highlights of the 99th Annual Convention. And we're going to start this program off by making up for what COVID took away from us last year, a chance to recognize the top-performing Parish Farm Bureau in the state with the President's Award. And the President's Award for 2020 goes to Vermilion Parish Farm Bureau, Brian Semaw, President. Congratulations for a job well done. We now recognize the winners of the Young Farmers and Ranchers Awards, beginning with the discussion meet. The topic for the final round of the contest, held May 22nd in Pineville, was how can Farm Bureau improve its effectiveness at recruiting YF&R members and increase participation in YF&R programs. And the winner of the 2021 discussion meet is Jesse Hoover of Livingston Parish. Hoover receives a John Deere 4x2 Gator utility vehicle courtesy of Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company and the other prizes you see here listed on the screen. The Young Farmers and Ranchers Excellence in Agriculture Award recognizes Farm Bureau members for their involvement in the organization who do not receive a majority of their income from production agriculture. The winner of the 2021 Excellence in Agriculture Award is Jamie Becknell of the Jefferson St. Bernard Plaquemines and Orleans Farm Bureau. Becknell receives a $7,500 credit toward the purchase of a four-wheel ATV, courtesy of Louisiana Land Bank, along with the other prizes you see listed here. The 2021 Young Farmers and Ranchers Outstanding Young Farm Woman is Rachel Duncan of Rapides Parish. Duncan receives a $2,000 Farm Bureau Bank gift card, courtesy of Louisiana Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, and the other prizes you see here listed on the screen. The top prize in the Young Farmers and Ranchers contest is the Achievement Award. The 2021 Louisiana Farm Bureau YF&R Achievement Award winner is Matt Dennis of East Carroll Parish. Dennis receives a $35,000 cash prize, courtesy of Southern Farm Bureau Casualty Insurance Company, along with the other prizes you see listed here. Moving to the Women's Leadership Committee event, starting with the 2021 Talk Meet, which was held virtually. The topic this year, what are creative ways in which agricultural products are used that many consumers might find surprising? And the winner is Lily Martinez of Point Capee Parish. The culmination of a normal convention is the crowning of a new Louisiana Farm Bureau queen. The coronation took place in person this year on June 5th at the Renaissance Hotel in Baton Rouge, with the top 10 contestants appearing before a small live audience. And the 2021 Louisiana Farm Bureau Queen is...
representing Vermilion Parish, Miss Avery Hebert.
Yep, Avery Hebert of Vermilion Parish. First runner-up is Emerson Lyons of St. Landry Parish, and second runner-up is Caroline Doise of Jeff Davis Parish. Now the moment you've been waiting for. We end this program the way we began, with the President's Award. This time it's the 2021 President's Award, and the winner is Vermilion Parish. Again, Brian Semaw, President. Congratulations on a job well done and for a repeat.
And be sure to mark your calendars for when we can all come back together again, June 23rd through the 26th of 2022 for the Louisiana Farm Bureau Centennial Celebration. It's going to be quite a celebration as we can all get back together again, and we look forward to seeing everyone face to face there. Well, one of those events, the discussion meet, featured a number of young farmers and ranchers from across the state. They discussed ways they could reach out and better tell their story to their peers in agriculture. This week, TWILA's Carl Wiggers takes us to Clinton, Louisiana, to introduce us to one of those young people planting seeds and making valuable connections with farmers in her area.
For Jesse Hoover, a day in the office sometimes looks like this. It's a pretty great office if you ask me.
I get to go to all different types of places, some beautiful big estates, and then sometimes I'm just at someone, down the street's backyard garden, and then I get to visit a couple of pretty big producers that I work with, tomato producers, flower producers. Occasionally I'll get to go to Angola to look at the row crop operation up there. So I enjoy getting out and meeting people. I like to talk to people and meet a variety of different people. So that's one of my favorite things about the job.
Growing up on her family's farm and being involved in 4-H planted the seed for her to pursue a job in agriculture. After some time as an ag teacher, Hoover expanded her reach as a 4-H agent in Livingston Parish.
Quickly learned once I got in the ag center and kind of realized all the job opportunities that one day I'd really like to work with adults and be involved in production agriculture in some way with adults. And so that's where I decided to move into a county agent position when it came available.
Hoover says one of the best parts of her job is building relationships with farmers in her area.
I do feel ownership in these things because I'm trying to help them get better at what they're doing and be more productive or make more money or grow better flowers or better tomatoes. And I do feel like it's part my responsibility to make sure they do a good job as their county agent.
Something else she takes ownership in, the Louisiana Farm Bureau Young Farmer and Rancher program. She credits the YF&R program with her ability to relate better with farmers that she works with thanks to the training and relationships formed in Farm Bureau.
Another thing that I think that Farm Bureau has done and helped me with is relationships with people in the agriculture industry. And I think that the networking part of Young Farmers and Ranchers is perhaps one of the most important parts, not just for me, but also for all of the other farmers, where you can get together with people with like minds and say, well, what are you doing about this? And what are you doing about that? And
Hoover says that her goal is to help her farmers make more money and be more productive on their farms, and that's what she loves about her job.
I made more money in one day than my daughter did because she told me the price of same product, actually a lesser product, and I sold less of them, but I made more money.
that's fun. That's when my job is really fun.
I'm Carl Wiggers for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Hoover was the winner of the Louisiana Farm Bureau YF&R discussion meet this year. Now, she's no longer on the state committee, but she still serves as the chair on her local parish YF&R committee. And she encourages others involved in agriculture to participate on a local level as well. If you would like to learn how to get involved with the Young Farmer and Rancher Committee near you, head over to our website at twilatv.org. The past year has been an especially difficult time for Louisiana's farmers and ranchers. From a global pandemic to 4 hurricanes and an unprecedented winter storm, Louisiana farmers have faced a flood of challenges. But no matter what happens, farmers never stop moving forward.
Agriculture is resilient. Farmers are resilient. From Mother Nature to a global pandemic, we pivot, we change, we adapt.
Farmers and ranchers have to be resilient, and if anything, that's what 2020 has shown us.
We all saw during the pandemic that our food system is fragile. Just one bump in the road can cause a ripple of effects.
When the grocery store shelves, the meat cases started emptying, our phones started ringing off the hook.
We actually sold quite a few more calves because of the pandemic, because there was panic that there was going to be a meat shortage.
People couldn't buy meat at the grocery store. 2 or 3 different times we sold 2 whole steers in 2 to 3 days at a time. You know, we'd get meat back from the butcher and it was within 2 days it was sold out.
My whole family was coming to me. I need eggs. I can't get meat. You know, now I feel like a superhero being a farmer.
Louisiana's food supply is abundant, plentiful, and safe. We have our farmers and ranchers to thank for that.
After the pandemic, they realized without a farmer, they will go hungry. I mean, where do they think the food comes from, you know? When you pull up to the grocery store and the shelves are empty, they're crying. Well, who do you think's out there bringing it? The farmer.
Without farmers and the people it takes to get the food to the grocery stores, there's shortages. You know, no country can be great unless they can feed themselves. And that's why farmers are so important, and I think consumers should really think about that.
Farmers are still essential, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
When things get tough, farmers adjust our plan to fit the current situation.
In our occupation, your plan A may become plan B and plan C. It just changes off. You just have to change on the go.
Everything shifts determined by the weather, Mother Nature. Well, if it's too wet here, you have to move over here and change it all up. Change varieties. You got to adapt to whatever the weather throws at you.
We've had more extreme weather events in 2020 than I can recall in recent memory.
When Rita came through, we thought that was the hurricane of a lifetime. But when Laura came through, you were looking at a Category 3 hurricane in DeRidder. When you worked all year long to get your product in the bins and thinking they're safe for sale, and then they're gone. Loss of cattle, loss of fencing. It's gonna hurt a little bit in the pocketbook for everybody, but we just have to persevere and keep going.
It's never a dull moment with farming because, I mean, it's up and down, up and down. We normally have like 3 times of vegetables in production right now, but this is what survived. We lost those vegetables. Down there from the hurricane, you know, it's sick. We can't control Mother Nature. We have to keep going.
When frigid temperatures hit our farm, we didn't stay inside by the fire.
We're out here checking the cows. Little ones have held on pretty good.
Everywhere we have them, we're unwilling to hay. They can either eat it or lay on it, taste it, whatever they want, but that's something for them. But the temperature is just so cold.
We broke ice so our animals could drink. We hauled feed and did whatever we could to keep them warm, to survive.
Yesterday, we lost 16 and we saved 1. And that's pretty much been the case since Sunday night. Since that north wind started blowing, it's sleeting and snowing. But my job this week has been mentally draining, emotionally draining.
The last 2 years has been, I just can't explain how stressful it has been. I've never wanted to quit so bad in my life. You go 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. Everything we try to do, it seems like somebody kicks your feet out from under you. But it's what I love. It's in my heart. It's what I was called to do. I put my faith in the Lord and know that everything's going to be okay. And I just have to keep pushing through.
You've got to have faith. You don't control the weather. You've just got to work around it the best you can and have faith things will come out in the end all right.
Farmers persevere. We survive the storms, we pick up the pieces, and we build back better.
In times like we've had this past year with 4 hurricanes that hit Louisiana, a devastating ice storm in North Louisiana, the Farm Bureau came together to help one another and help our members in any way we could.
Thank you, and thank you too.
We went and helped people clean up. We helped people get fuel and other things that they needed, and it was just a family effort. Farm Bureau is resilient. When the world stopped moving, Farm Bureau never missed a beat.
Technology became our greatest tool to reach our members. Was it always perfect? Gosh, no. Were there obstacles? Of course. But the business of the Bureau never stopped.
We press forward to continue our mission of serving our farmers and ranchers as the unified voice of Louisiana agriculture.
We never stop moving forward. No matter what happens, through floods and wind, through ice and drought, We face down every adversity, and in the end, we keep on farming.
Quitting's not an option.
We're here every day, no matter what, and nothing's going to stop us from doing this, not a virus, not anything. So we'll be here and getting the job done.
I'm a father.
I am a son.
I am a mother.
I'm a farm kid.
I am a sugarcane farmer.
I am a soybean farmer.
I'm a 4th generation farmer.
And I'm a rancher.
I'm a record keeper.
I'm a multitasker.
I'm a fireman.
I am a tractor driver.
I'm a hog.
I am a conservationist.
I'm a steward of the land.
I am growing a better future.
I am feeding the world.
I'm making the world a better place.
I am resilient.
I'm essential, and I'm still farming.
I am essential.
I am still farming.
I am resilient.
I am essential.
I am still farming.
No matter what happens, we are still farming.
I am Farm Bureau.
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 We are Farm Bureau.
The American Farm Bureau has released its annual survey of cookout prices ahead of the 4th of July holiday, and there's some good news. Prices are stable and even a little lower than last year in some cases. Prices are down about 1% from a year ago. As we look at the breakdown, you can see the staples of a good July 4th holiday. 3 pounds of pork chops are about $11.60. The makings for 8 cheeseburgers add up to $13.89 after buying meat, buns, and cheese. 2 pints of strawberries are higher this year at $5.30, and a half gallon of ice cream will set you back about $4.69. As you can see, the total cost of $59.50 is down slightly from last year, but still about $5 over pre-pandemic levels due to the cost of gas, severe weather impacting crops, and world demand for food, particularly meat. It's important to note that the survey prices were stable for at least 5 years prior to 2019, so we're still coming down from supply issues from last year. Another important point is the farmer's share. If you look closely at these items, the more processing it takes, such as with cookies, the less the farmer receives for their commodities. That's why when you go shopping this weekend, stop by a farmer's market. Not only can you find better deals, generally the farmer gets more of a cut for their hard work. Finally, when you see the breakdown by region, food prices are a bit higher in Louisiana this year versus last. However, we're still doing pretty good, particularly compared to the East and West. Now, this survey is done each year by the American Farm Bureau, and it's an informal polling done around the country. The Consumer Price Index is showing a similar track for food, with inflation playing a role in driving prices higher. We'll link you to a complete list of all the prices on our website at twilatv.org. Well, one item often found on a different holiday survey, the one that happens in November, is sweet potatoes. Louisiana sweet potato farmers are wrapping up planting this year's crop. And TWILA's Craig Gautreaux takes us to northeast Louisiana, where farmers planted their crop under extremely hot conditions and with one eye on the tropics.
With the heat index above 100, workers are putting the finishing touches on planting Jason Abel's sweet potato crop. One of the wettest springs on record for the state had many farmers in Louisiana running behind schedule, meaning many were still planting in the stifling summer heat.
We've had some difficulties this year coming up with the weather, of course, being late getting in the field. But right now we're on the backside of the planting season, kind of wrapping things up. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll have planting wrapped up.
Like many businesses across the country, Abel's has had difficulty finding labor to get his crop planted.
Well, we can't find local labor, enough people to help. We have to bring in H-2A migrant labor to come in. And with everything on the border that's going on right now, it gives us some difficulty getting people in and out of here.
20 years ago, much of the potatoes grown in Louisiana were destined for the fresh market and grocery store shelves. With the opening of a processing facility in the state, most producers are now growing for the processing plant for economic reasons.
A lot of them have gone entirely to the processing because they can build their budgets, operating budgets around it, whereas fresh market, sometimes depending on what's produced each year, can be a volatile market up and down.
While the weather was hot and dry, Abels believed there was adequate soil moisture, and he is optimistic about the potential of his crop. And just how long before these plants produce a bumper crop of potatoes?
The varieties, about 100 to 120 days is the window that you kind of shoot off of. Sometimes it gets extended out a little further because of getting around to harvest and weather conditions.
Sistrunk expects Louisiana's acreage to be around 6,500 acres, which is similar to last year. With the LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gotro reporting.
Louisiana ranks 4th in the nation in terms of sweet potato production with a total market value of more than $90 million. Still to come on TWILA, we take a look at a piece of New Orleans history in a brand new Ag Minute. Stay with us. For many, many years, the annual Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation Convention has been held in New Orleans every summer. This year was the second year in a row that we didn't gather at the Marriott on Canal with our friends and Farm Bureau family from across Louisiana. In this week's Ag Minute, our friends at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum highlight one of their artifacts built for gathering, and it happens to be one of the oldest bars in the city of New Orleans.
Hello and welcome back to the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. I'm Brent Rosen, Museum President, and today you are joining me at our Brunswick Bar. What is a Brunswick bar, you might be asking yourself, and for those of you who have seen maybe a Brunswick pool table or a Brunswick bowling alley, that's the same company. But back in the 1800s, Brunswick made everything for a tavern. It included the pool tables, the bar, the billiard alley if you had a little billiard alley, even things down to like the holders for pool cues and things like that. This particular bar is actually the second oldest bar in New Orleans. The oldest bar, for those of you who are wondering, is at Two Jocks, which is downtown on the French Quarter. But this bar itself was installed at a restaurant called Brunnig's on the lakefront here in New Orleans. And unfortunately, Brunnig's was completely destroyed during Hurricane Katrina. They were under at least 15, probably 20 feet of water, as was this bar. When Brunnig's decided not to come back, the bar was salvaged and eventually donated to us, which was really great for us, other than it came to us in 172 pieces with no instructions. After a couple of really interesting days, kind of fitting things together and playing with it like Legos, we were able to get it installed so that now we can enjoy the bar as an artifact. But even more than an artifact, very recently we were able to get our liquor license, and now as the Museum of the American Cocktail is part of our collection, you can come to the museum and sample a classic cocktail with a real inspiration of cocktail history that we show here at the museum. So come and see us, enjoy a cocktail, and thanks again for joining us for this Ag Minute.
As you heard, you can visit and have a drink at that old Brunswick bar at SoFab next time you're in New Orleans. While you're there, you can learn a lot more about the food and culture we love to celebrate here in Louisiana. You can plan your trip by heading over to our website at twilatv.org. Well, that does it for this edition of TWILA. Be sure to join us next time when Jennifer Finley will bring us a brand new Field to Feast. Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org, and be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find all of these stories and much more on our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us and turn on the notifications so you know exactly when we put out new content. For all of us here at TWILA, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.